Hi, Jordan. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Great. Well, I reached out to you for this interview because I noticed that you've already been absent this year 12 times, and it's December. And I just really wanted more information, possibly from you, about what you believe you need and the student body as a whole concerning attendance issues, because this seems to be a trend in the school. So yeah, can you tell me a little bit about that and maybe what you think are the issues going on?
Yeah. Well, I'm absent a lot because my dad is sick and my mom works all the time. So I have to stay home a lot if my younger sister can't go to daycare that day. So I have to take care of her. And then I also have to help my dad out. So, because my parents can't afford to take my sister to daycare every single day.
Right.
So sometimes I have to be the person to pick up the slack because we don't really have that much family that lives around us that can help us out. So sometimes I'm just that person that has to do it. And I mean, I might just have to miss school every now and then to do that. I don't want to, but I have to sometimes. But I just wish my teachers could be a little more lenient with that. But I also understand I should probably be at school. I just don't really know how to help my family and then be at school at the same time,
Right. That's a lot. So has anybody reached out to you to find out what was going on and provide provisions maybe for you?
Not really. You're kind of the first person that's asked me about why I've been absent. So maybe if, one of my teachers would have cared enough to ask me why I've been gone and not just assume I was skipping school, they would have helped me out a little bit more with my work because I'm also getting behind in my classes because I'm missing so much. But no, I wish somebody else would have asked me about it because I would like to have support at school because I don't feel like I have that, which just adds on to the stress that I'm experiencing with everything going on at home. So,
Right.
no, you're the only one that's asked me.
Right. So you're dealing with a lot. You're dealing with, I guess, being a source of support within your home, and also dealing with academic issues because it's kind of affecting you academically. So support within the school would really help you stay on task, and also probably help at home.
Yeah. And I also feel like since I'm already getting so behind in my classes, I just feel a little defeated. I can't really catch up. So I'm like, oh, if I miss one more day, is it really going to hurt because I'm already so behind, So I just keep getting, more and more defeated. But then I just get more and more behind. And it's hard because I used to really enjoy school until I had to start dealing with all of this stress. And now I just don't really enjoy it anymore. And I wish I did because I miss coming to school and, hanging out with my friends and not feeling stressed.
Right. So you brought up something a little bit earlier. Do you think at your school there's a stigma with not attending regularly, like you're skipping school or you're not necessarily a good student, and that's affecting a population that's probably not doing that, that's having attendance issues, and maybe that should be addressed?
Yeah, I do think there's a stigma, especially with the teachers, because I feel like if they don't see you in class, they just expect that you're not doing anything. And if they knew me before, in middle school and stuff, I was a great student, and I'm still a good student, but they already view me as somebody who's skipping class and doesn't care about my work, and I just don't feel that they see me as somebody with potential because I've already, fallen so behind. And with the students, I feel like they just kind of ignore you if you're not in class. So when you're there, they're just they still don't really even notice you, because you're not there so often.
Right. So I would think that's affecting the school climate for you and others, and maybe you just need, the school needs to address a more welcoming climate, even if there are issues with attendance, that students have a better transition back into the classroom, and that there's not automatically a stigma placed on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so tell me about maybe some other issues. Have you noticed other issues with students who may not regularly attend?
Yeah, I mean, some of my friends who both their parents work, if they miss the bus, they can't get to school. So, I mean, that just causes a problem because they can't call their parents and ask them to leave work and drive them to school, so they just don't go.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like me, they just get behind on their work. So, I think the transportation might be a big issue, and I don't really know how that can be solved, but I know that that's something that other students are experiencing.
Right.
And I know a lot of my friends, well, not a lot, but a handful of them are homeless, or they're living with people who like isn't not necessarily in their homes.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that just like adds stress to them, and I've talked to them about that, and kind of similar situation. They just have too much stress going on outside of school to like actually get to school, and sometimes they don't have the means to get there.
Right.
Like they can't get on a bus because they're an hour away living with their aunt or uncle or somebody.
Yes.
So I think those are some other issues that are like my peers and are experiencing.
Well, that sounds very concerning. Do you hear the teachers, the administrators having a conversation amongst themselves or even with the student body about attendance and their concerns for you as a student?
I hear them discussing attendance as a problem, and of course, like I know about the attendance policies,
Mm-hmm.
but I think it's more like disciplinary,
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, if you miss 10 days, you're gonna get ISS, and I don't think that really helps solve the problem because they're not asking us what we need. They're just telling us this is the punishment that you're receiving if you're not at school. So I just feel like it's all negative, and it's not like a positive way to help me get to school because I want to be there,
Right.
So it's just a cycle of just feeling this negative stigma that you were saying earlier with, not attending school.
Right. So you led right into my next question. It's more punishment focused instead of maybe reward focused, or trying to establish a relationship and connect you with resources that may help the students.
Yeah.
So as a student that's dealing with this, what do you think are programs that maybe can be implemented that could help you or others?
Yeah, that's really hard because I mean, like we've been talking about, there's so many different factors that go into how to get to school as much as you can. I don't know. I just feel like when I come to school, I want it to be recognized as like a positive thing. Like, oh, like we're so happy you're at school today. Like, here's what you missed yesterday. Like, and just more one-on-one interaction with my teachers so that they can help me like catch up when I need to, because there's only so much I can control at home. So I think just having the support when I get to school can be helpful in me not getting behind, and maybe if I'm not as behind, I'll try even harder to get to school because I enjoy being at school more.
Right. So I heard maybe two possible things that we can do from this conversation. One is for the teachers or administrators to reach out and see what is the exact problem, and then maybe deal with it on a case-by-case basis, and provide support if necessary. And even if there may be some attendance issues as far as skipping, not always lead directly with a negative tone, and try to also see, well, what's the underlying issue with the student. And also with the climate, like you were saying, maybe you could start a student group and just help other students understand, well, what could possibly be going on with attendance
Yeah.
issues and creating a culture of just not ignoring the student when they walk back in. Like you said, just welcoming them back in and including them in the conversation and even possibly helping them out with what they missed in class. And also maybe the student group could educate the teachers on what's going on with these students. Do you think those are good solutions?
I think those would all be great solutions and really help me and so many other students finally get to school.
Well, thank you so much for meeting with me, Jordan. I hope to be speaking with you soon about possible opportunities with this concern.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right.